Oh, sweetheart, come sit a little closer. Let me tell you a story the way an old grandmother would. Slow, warm, and honest. The kind of story you don't just hear, you carry. Now you listen carefully, all right? Because this isn't just my story. It might be yours, too. A life that looked just fine. I wasn't unhappy in the way people noticed. I had a home, a husband, children who needed me, bills paid most of the time, food on the table, simple but enough. From the outside, oh, I was doing just fine. People used to say, "She's so strong. She holds everything together. Don't know what we'd do without her." And I smiled because that's what strong women do. But let me tell you something most people won't say out loud. You can be everything for everyone and still feel like nothing to yourself. The morning that changed everything. It was late summer, 1992. The house was quiet, my grandfather asleep, the kids grown and gone. I stood in my kitchen, holding a cup of tea I'd forgotten to drink. Clock said 5:11. I remember that time like it was carved into my bones. I walked over to the window, but I didn't see the yard. I saw me, reflected back in that dark glass. And oh, that woman looked tired. Not I need a nap tired. No, the kind of tired that comes from giving yourself away for years, piece by piece, until you don't quite remember what it feels like to belong to yourself anymore. The thought that broke me. And then it came, so quiet I almost missed it. I've spent my whole life waiting. I sat down right there at the kitchen table, waiting for things to calm down, for more money, for less stress, for the kids to grow up, for the right moment, to feel ready, to feel worthy, waiting to finally begin living. And there I was, 68 years old, realizing I had built my entire life around the idea that my real life hadn't started yet. The lie we all believe. Now listen closely, honey, because this is the part most folks avoid. We walk around like we've got endless supply of tomorrows. Oh, I'll rest later. I'll enjoy life when things settle. I'll take care of myself after this busy season. But life, it doesn't wait politely like that. It doesn't knock on your door with music and fireworks. It shows up like this. Dirty dishes in the sink, a long work day, grocery lists, tired mornings, people needing things from you. And because it looks so ordinary, we think it isn't real life, so we keep waiting. Love, or so I thought. I was 23 when I got married. He was charming. Oh, he could light up a room, made me feel chosen. And back then, I thought being chosen meant being deeply loved. Charm meant safety. But I learned something the hard way. Charm is not safety. Being chosen is not the same as being cherished. That lesson cost me years I can't get back. Becoming the strong one. Then came life in full force. Children, bills, sick relatives, leaking roofs, school events, responsibilities stacked on responsibilities. And somewhere in all that, I became the one everyone depended on. I remembered everything. Birthdays, medicine, appointments, moods, the invisible work, the kind nobody sees until it's not done. People admired me, but inside, I was slowly disappearing. The dangerous kind of strength. Now let your grandma tell you a truth most people don't like hearing. There's a kind of strength that looks beautiful on the outside and feels like slow destruction on the inside. It's the strength of smiling while exhausted, showing up while falling apart, calling burnout normal. And oh, I wore that strength like a badge, proud of how much I could tahammul, endure. But that strength, it nearly stole my whole life. When the body starts whispering, My body always knows before your mind admits it. Mine started whispering headaches in my 30s, restless nights in my 40s, constant fatigue in my 50s, tight shoulders, upset stomach, no real rest. But I told myself I'm functioning, so I must be fine. Oh, honey, no. Functioning is not the same as living well. I buried people I loved, one after another, and after every funeral, the same question followed me home. What are we doing with the little time we have? Why do we live like life will wait for us? Why do we postpone joy? The turning point. That morning in my kitchen, something cracked open. I realized no one was coming to give me permission to live my life. Not my husband, not my children, not society. No one. And something inside me said, then it's up to you. The small beginning. I didn't change everything overnight. No big dramatic moment. I just started walking. Every morning, slow at first, just around the block. Some days I didn't want to go. Some days my knees hurt, but I kept going, and slowly I started finding myself again. Learning to care for myself. I changed how I ate, not to look better, but to feel alive again. Real food, more water, less sugar, less rushing. I stopped using food to fix feelings it couldn't fix. Strength in simple things. I exercised in my kitchen, no fancy gym, just a chair, a counter, 2 bottles of water. And let me tell you something at 102, strong legs mean freedom, balance means confidence. The hardest change of all. But the real healing wasn't physical, it was emotional. I learned to say no. I'm tired. This isn't okay. I stopped pretending, overgiving, confusing guilt with love. And oh, the peace that came with that. What life really needs. People ask me, what's the secret to a long life? They expect something fancy, but it's simple. Eat real food, walk often, sleep enough, protect your peace, stay close to kind people, and most importantly, don't be so proud of suffering that you forget how to live. What I tell my younger self, if I could go back, I wouldn't scold her. I'd just hold her hands and say, your life is happening now, not later, not when things are perfect, now. The ending that matters. Now at 102, I don't need much for a good day. A warm meal, a quiet morning, a little laughter. And I've learned something beautiful. A calm life is not an empty life. It is a blessed one. Grandma's final words. So listen to me, sweetheart. Don't spend your life getting good at tahammul, enduring. Don't wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. Don't abandon yourself so quietly that even you don't notice. Start small. Start honest. Start now. Because one day, if you're lucky, you'll be sitting where I am, and I hope you smile and say, I didn't wait, I lived. Now tell me, dear, what part of your life have you been waiting to start? Oh, sweetheart, before you get up and walk away, stay with me just a little longer. I want to talk with you, not just to you. Let me ask you something. Be honest now. No one's judging you here. What have you been putting off in your life? What have you been telling yourself you'll do later? Is it rest? Is it happiness? Is it finally saying what's been sitting in your heart? Or maybe, is it just giving yourself permission to breathe without feeling guilty? Think about your days. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you had a day that truly felt like yours? When did you last sit quietly without rushing to the next thing? When did you last feel like you were living, not just managing? Because there's a difference, you know, a big one. A gentle truth. Sometimes we don't even realize we're waiting. We say, after this busy week, after things calm down, after I fix everything. But sweetheart, what if things never fully calm down? What if this is the life that needs your attention right now? Look at yourself gently. I want you to ask yourself honestly, am I always tired but I call it normal? Do I show up for everyone but not for myself? Have I been strong so long that I forgot how to rest? If your heart felt something just now, that's not weakness, that's truth knocking. Just one small step. Don't try to fix everything today, just one thing. Take a walk, drink your water, say no once, go to bed earlier, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Just one small promise to yourself and keep it. That's how a life changes. And sweetheart, if this story touched you even a little, if it made you pause, think, feel something deep inside, then don't let it end here. Like this story so more people can find it. Share it with someone who might be quietly struggling, and subscribe to Moments We Remember, because this little space, it's for stories that matter, stories that wake us up gently, stories that remind us we still have time. Before you go, one last question. Close your eyes for just a second and ask yourself, if I stopped waiting, what would I start today? Hold on to that answer. That's where your life is waiting for you. Now go on, dear, and take care of yourself a little better than you did yesterday.